get. All right, awesome. So, guys, this call today is going to be on leadership. I feel like all the calls that we usually have tie into leadership in some way, shape, or form. But today, I have hella notes for you guys. And a couple pieces of paper as well. So before I actually get into this, guys, I actually want to bring up somebody to kind of share their story for a brief 5-7 minutes, whatever, and really talk about her journey to where she is now. I want to congratulate her personally. You guys can post in the chat. She actually just recently smashed P600, and she's been working her face off to get to where she is today. I when she came into this, I remember getting her on and everything, and it took her a minute to kind of get the ball rolling. But I'm telling you guys, like, as soon as it clicked for her, and when it clicks for you guys, it's just going to be like, whoa. Right? Like everything's just going to align and you're just going to go all in. And this is the feeling, right? When it clicked for her, guys, it was like, I'm all in. It was consistency. She was coachable. It was all these attributes that it takes to become a chairman, guys. And so I'm going to go ahead and introduce one of my best friends in this company, okay? In the entire planet, Caitlin Bird. I wouldn't be here without you, girl. I'm going to go ahead and let you take over for the next 5 minutes and really share your story.
Okay, awesome. Can you hear me? Okay, so to be honest, I'm kind of nervous to do this right now, so just bear with me. But like Abby was saying, I've grown a lot along this whole journey. I've been in this for almost a year. March 29th will be a year for me. But yeah, like she said, it did take me a while to get going. I don't know, when you start off, you're not as serious as you think you are, I guess. That was my position. So when I started doing this, I was actually in college. I had a cataract. I had that cataract for 7 months. So basically what happened was I was in college and I was like, this isn't working for me. I need to do something different. I graduated high school. I had a CNA license. I was going into nursing, and I was like, I want a different lifestyle than what this is going to give me. You'll have the money. Yeah. Can you still hear me, Abby?
Yeah, you broke up a little bit, but you're good.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I wanted something different. I wanted the time and the money, and so I found out about Forex in March. And the reason the IML is such a blessing is because of the education. Like when you realize that the education here is everything, it clicks. Like I was in a group prior to this. I was paying for a subscription, and they basically told me, oh, just put your money in an account and just play with it, and I was like, I'm not educated, I'm not going to gamble my money, and so I would try and get help all the time. And my friend in California, he met Abby at a Tai Lopez conference. He introduced me to her because he knew I was trying to excel in this. And when that happened, I signed up immediately. And, it was definitely about the education. Like, so when I say take the education seriously, like, I mean that. Like, that changed everything for me, so basically when I started this until July, the end of July, I was blind, in this eye. So I only had one eye. But, the first thing I saw when I was able to see with both of my eyes again was actually China speaking. Abu Live did it, whatever, on Facebook. And I was incredibly fired up. I was pumped, and you just realize the people in this are everything. So, back to October, we went to the Houston event. And I'm telling you, events do change your life, because when I went there and surrounded myself with all of these people, I met Alex Morton. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was the best feeling in the world. So I came back, got my ticket the day that I got back home for Vegas. And, I just can't explain the feeling of the event. It changed everything I did. It changed my habits. It changed my focus, So when I got home, I was like, okay, I'm not going to work at my job anymore. I told them, if you need me during the week, schedule me Saturdays. And keep in mind, that was paying my bills. I was not any rank, so that was difficult, but I needed to shock my system. And when I did that, and I dropped, a lot of my hours from working somewhere that was just a cycle, and I started focusing on that, on this, that's when I had results. That's when I started to get results. That's when I started to get momentum, and not only just network marketing, but trading. It was incredible, you know. So I studied for months. Like people were pissed at me, and that's okay. You need to focus on what you need to focus on to get your future intact. So that was a lot of stuff that I struggled with, was figuring out how, I would study all day, like network marketing, trading, both of them, you know. So once I changed my habits and once I changed my focus, I was able to excel here because I knew that this was long term and I had to change that. If I kept going back to a job, it's a cycle. Yeah, it might be paying my bills, but it's never going to give me more than paying my bills. That's it. It's not going to give you that lifestyle. It's not going to give you that freedom. It's just paying your bills. And IML now pays my bills. It pays my bills. It's February, 10th? It's February 10th. All of my bills for the month are paid off. All of them. And I have extra. And the money extra that I'm getting from hitting Class 600, I'm using as my plane ticket to get to Vegas. So I'm telling you, this is important. And that 150 a week, I actually made 184 yesterday. And that's powerful. Every cent counts. Every cent counts of the money that you make here. And that means your time counts here. So that's basically where I am now. I'm super happy. I'm super pumped up. And I'm a different person. And I'm getting closer to where I want to be. So with that being said, where I'm going, this is important. So this isn't about me. This is about you now. So where you're going, Abby always talks about writing down your goals. I have quarterly goals written down, and then I break them down. So when you look at the big picture, you have your outcome at the end. And I'm focused on those quarterly goals, and I'm already over halfway there, and we only have a month and a half left maybe. So it definitely changes when you focus on your goals because you know how to get there, once you write it down. So writing them down is super important. I have
Hold on, guys. I think she froze. All right, I'm gonna bring it back. Oh, she's on. Go ahead, girl. You just.
Sorry. Did I break up a lot? Were you not able to hear that last part?
You just left off with goals and month and a half left.
Yeah. So there's a month and a half left. And like I said, not just objects and, things that you want, but how you feel when you get those goals or before or during you have those goals. It's all on my wall right there. So I don't have, most of that is feelings. All of that is feelings on my wall because how something makes you feel is everything. And that's why I appreciate Abby. I appreciate IML. I appreciate all of the connections that I've made with the people and grown with people here. So basically the last thing I want to say, I read this in a book just the other day.
She's almost done. Hold on.
This feels like a movie trailer, right before we know what really happens at the end. So anticipating.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. But basically, what I want to leave it off with is this quote that I read in a book the other day. So it says, when you focus on the outcome rather than the obstacle, your life will never be the same. So even though you struggle with stuff, keep going, keep trying, try something different, try the same thing, whatever, you will get it, as long as you're focused on the result, the positive result, and not what you're going through. So that's pretty much all I have to say. That's pretty much my journey here. And I'm super blessed to be a part of this and everything else. So yeah.
Woo! Yo, that was lit. That was lit. Guys, was that good? She did a good job. I literally told her probably like 10, 15 minutes before the call, like, hey, can you come on here and share your stuff really quickly? And she was like, I don't know about this. And I was like, yo, you got it, you got it. And she did phenomenal. So congrats to you, girl. Like, she has been putting in work. Like, I'm not underestimating anything, not hyping it up either. Like, she's literally been working her face off the last God knows how long, and for good reason. Like, there's a reason why she smashed rank and why she's hella close to her next rank. And guys, like she was talking about, it's that feeling that you get. It's like, yes, the money makes a difference. She's able to help herself get to Vegas now because she understands how life-changing these events are. But at the end of the day, it's the feeling. Like, guys, it's funny because when I hit P600, Caitlin actually was the last person that I enrolled when I hit P600 back in spring of last year. And it's just crazy how like everything works. But guys, it's that feeling that makes all the difference, and you realize why you're doing this, and you just want everybody else to have that exact same feeling because it's empowerment, it's confidence, it's like I can do this kind of thing. So guys, thank you so much, Kate, for coming on and sharing that. Guys, so I'm gonna get right into it. We have about, I don't know how long this call is. A couple things, okay, talking about leadership. Leadership is extremely, extremely important because most of you guys on this call, let me see who's on here. Yeah, everybody on this call is actually wanting to build in some way, shape, or form, okay? That's why I really wanted Caitlin to come on in the beginning because she's already chairman material. It's just everybody's mindset on this call is most likely 10x their income, okay? Your mindset's already there. Obviously you're continuously developing it, but now you have to apply that mindset and develop the skills, grow the skills to become the better version of yourself, right? I've been talking about this the last week, but I heard this and it was like, in order to have that confidence, that posture, you need to master the information that's in front of you. So if you're wanting to trade, if you're wanting to build, if you're wanting to do both, you need to master the information in order to become, that master in trading, that master in building relationships and things like that. So some of the things that I'm going to go over, like I said, you need to master the information. So for me, I want to be a phenomenal leader. Like, if I take you into my room, like I have a list of things, like affirmations that I speak to myself, things that I want to become this year and be proficient in, and it's things that I need to focus on. So if I want to be better at building relationships, if I want to be a better speaker, if I want to be a better inviter, like whatever it is when it comes to building the business, a better trader, I need to focus on things that are going to allow me to be better. So I'm going to listen to audios that are just focusing on leadership, building relationships, things like that. I'm going to plug into IML, the education that's in front of us, guys. Education changes the game. Information, when applied, changes your situation. Okay, I can do these presentations all night long over here in Arizona. I can hop on these calls and do the presentation, but unless you guys take the information and actually apply it, your situation's going to stay the same. Okay, knowledge is not power until you apply it. So you need to focus on, this is a couple things I want to go over. Okay, as you guys are going on towards becoming chairman, I can't talk about what it takes to be chairman. I can only tell you guys what I've heard from other chairmen, but I can tell you what it takes to be P1000 and being inches from P2000. It's absolutely like cringing right now because I'm like, but I've stopped focusing on P2000. I've stopped focusing on P5000, and I'm really just focusing on, or chairman even, like, yes, chairman's the goal. I have my end goal for the end of the year, yada, yada, yada. But my focus is developing myself so that I can help you guys develop yourself. What is duplication? Duplication is leveraging your vision through other people. Okay, it's about connecting with the right people, seeking out what their vision is, what their goals are, okay, and seeing how it co-aligns with yours so that you guys can create this massive movement together. Okay, it's everybody on the same page. So duplication is leveraging your vision through other people. That's what this is. Okay, and you have to do this by developing yourself. A lot of times, I know I've had conversations with people about, how do I develop my team? Well, you develop your team by developing yourself and giving that value right back. Why do I do these Saturday team calls? To help you guys develop yourself better, give you guys that perspective that's necessary, because it's no cakewalk, guys. It's no cakewalk getting to your destination, right? And the thing about success, the thing about, getting to where you want to be, it's a moving target, right? Success is a moving target. It's a progressive realization to a worthy ideal. You have to have a goal in mind, and that goal is always redefining itself. okay? Because you're always elevating yourself, because you're always developing yourself. And when you develop yourself, you're leading by example. And when you lead by example, who's watching? Everybody. Everybody's watching you. Guys, when Gustavo first came out here, Mr. Wealthy Pip from Swipe Trades, when he first moved out to Arizona, I didn't know that he knew me. He was like, we were in Chris's penthouse and we were upstairs, and he saw me from across the room, and he walked over to me, and I was like, Alex, I think he's walking over to me. And I was like, he's walking over to me. He's walking over to me. And he comes over and he was like, I know you. And he just like point, like out of nowhere, like he was in a conversation with someone to walk over to say hi to me. I'm telling you guys, you never know who's watching you. Austin Godzi knew who I was when I went to Utah a couple weekends ago. I didn't know that. No, you guys do not understand who's watching you. And not only the top leaders, okay, but the people that are, that you're going to be bringing into your business. You never know who's watching you, okay? So you always have to be leading by example, doing things with integrity, because your team, I have everybody on the team on Snapchat who has Snapchat for a reason, because I'm always posting content. I'm always being consistent. I'm always showing you guys what's going on in my world, because I'm going chairman. I'm hitting 6 figures this year, and it's up to you. You need to choose to level up. You need to make the decision that you're going to be successful this year. You need to make the decision that you're going to quit your job and do what you need to do. Stop talking about it. Stop saying, I got to quit my job, but you're not being consistent. You're not showing up. You have to show up to grow up. You have to show up to blow up. The whole thing about this is who can be the most productive. Who's being the most productive with their day-to-day? Stop worrying about March. Stop worrying about next year. Yes, you have goals. Yes, you have your end goal and your vision in mind. But what happens right now is what matters the most. You can't get to that end goal unless your daily routine is on fire. Okay, every day you wake up with a purpose, and you're developing yourself every single day with the areas that you want to get better at. Okay, and you're leading by example. If I read a book, you guys have stacks of books right here. I'm taking a one in. I had to pull them out. But guys, if I read these books, I'm not just gonna read it off to check it off, okay? Or listen to an audio just to tick. Okay, cool, I did that. I'm gonna go and post about it on social media. I'm gonna go and post about it on my Snapchat story. Why? Because I'm not just doing this for myself anymore. Yes, the whole purpose of educating yourself is to give back to other people. Give that value to other people. I don't care who's watching, right? Give that back to other people. So you have to develop yourself every single day, have that routine, have that structure in your life so that you can develop your leaders. You want to go chairman? You have to develop yourself and develop your leaders. Like, guys, I have my whole wall right here. Check this out. No, I do this every call. But look, your guys' names are on this wall, okay? This is everybody that's going to Vegas. It's almost 50 people deep right now. That's crazy. That's absolutely ridiculous. Why am I pushing Vegas so hard? Because events change lives. Caitlin smashed P600 for good reason, okay? Because she was consistent, because she was showing up. When you guys show up to the table, okay, your leaders are going to see that. They're going to see that, and they're going to help you get to where you want to be. It's just as simple as that, guys. There's a reason why we're pushing Vegas so hard, because you're going to feel things, you're going to see things, you're going to make decisions at these kinds of events that you never would anywhere else. You're going to be in proximity to 6, 7, 8-figure earners. It's going to be $1 billion room. I would want to be in that room. Of all weekends, everybody in Vegas is going to be partying that weekend. We're going to be learning how to create a better financial future for ourselves and our family. Guys, Vegas is so important. And I'm going to say this too. If you guys do not have your Vegas ticket and you need one, please message me, because I had a guy message me saying that he might have 2 extra tickets for free. So let me know. You guys need to message me ASAP, because those will probably be gone. So you guys have to learn what your people – oh, yeah. When you bring people on, this is so important. This is like something I feel like we still have a problem with. Not really a problem, but like not being consistent about. When you bring on people, you have to know what they want. Ask them, what do you want out of this? And where do you see yourself? You have to be able to commit to this for 12 to 18 months minimum. Why? Because you need to anticipate all the obstacles, all the failures, all the challenges, all the adversities, all the setbacks that you're going to go through. You can't just come in this for 90 days and think that you're going to, be this overnight success and make all this money. Like, it's possible, but let's be practical, okay? I hate using the word realistic because it's just like limiting. But let's be practical about things, okay? You have to think in long-term kind of mentality, okay? You have to think long term. So some of the things I'm going to go over. Oh yeah, let me say this last thing too, guys. Austin Ghazi said this: you have to get your team uncomfortable as fast as possible, which is why I got Caitlin to go on the call this morning. But I'm being serious. Austin, he only launches. Nobody joins his team. Everybody launches. Everybody launches. What do we mean by that? Because as soon as they get started, what does Austin say? Austin is like very, very like to the point. He says, all right, cool. When can you do your next home event within the next 48 hours? 48 hours to do their first home event. If I said that to you guys and you wanted to build, would you be able to do that? Can you actually say, yeah, I can do that? That's what it takes to launch. So I was actually talking to Mike Sotero about it, and he says what he does when he brings leaders on and they want to launch, he asks them to do a home event within their first 2 weeks. It's a little easier, right? It's a little better. So they have time to plan. They have time to prep. But you have to master the information, guys, okay? I literally listen to the presentation in the car every single day. I record it on my phone. I have it playing on my laptop, and I go to my recorder, and I have it playing on here, and I record it so I don't have to use my data. And I literally am listening to it in the car while I'm going places. And what I'll do when I'm not listening to it, I will practice saying my story. And I'm like super emotional. Sometimes I even cry because I'm like, yo, Abby, like you have the juice. Like you just have to do it. That's what it comes down to. You guys have what you need, what you have. You just have to apply it. Okay? So guys, this is what I'm gonna say. You have to know the information. You have to practice the presentation if you want to go chairman. John Guaman talked about this. He talked about home events. You have to throw home events. Out here in Arizona, we do home events every single Tuesday, Thursday. If you aren't inviting people to home events every week, your business is going to slow down. If you're not bringing in new blood every single week, your business is going to slow down. That's how I got complacent, because I wasn't bringing in new blood over the summer. Okay? And what's crazy is I asked Jason Brown this question. I'm going to say this again because some new people are on this call. I asked Jason this question. I said, hey, when you were in this circumstance, when you were bringing people in and at the same time people were falling off, well, how did you get over that? And he said, that's just like consolidation in the market, right? And how do you overcome that? By bringing in new blood. You bring in new leaders and you put them under your old leaders and you see who's actually a real leader. Because the real leaders who step up, okay, they actually appreciate the new leaders that you're putting under them, right? And guys, like, be consistent. We will see that and we will throw new people under you that will help you get to where you want to be. It's just about showing up. Guys, I'm not saying this to brag or boast, but a year ago when I got started, okay, Abu and Jason Brown and Matt Rosa brought on a guy from Italy who used to be in Vima with Alex Morton. I don't know what the heck they saw in me, but they placed him in my second leg. He built a team of over 200 subscribers within his first 3 months. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even think I was appreciative of anything. I was just putting in work. I was like, yo, 200 subscribers, that's absolutely ridiculous. He was on the verge of P5,000 at that point, right? So guys, like, this is what I'm saying. People will put people under you if you're doing work, if you're being consistent. The right people will come into your life at the right time when you can show up, when you can be consistent, when you can be coachable, okay? I'm going to talk about a couple things, and then we're going to cut the call off because I know this is a lot of – this is just my energy today. So what I want to go over is the 3 keys to mastery, okay? What should I do in IML that nobody is going to do for me? Ask yourself that question. What should I do in IML that nobody is going to do for me? That's for you to answer, okay? So be a leader of empowerment and value. Always be empowering yourself, always be empowering other people, and always be giving value. There's a reason why I do these calls. There's a reason why I have these group chats and I'm always posting value in there, right? You need to have that. You need to be giving value to your team. And I do that the best on my Snapchat because I have everybody on the team on my Snapchat and y'all watch my story because there's a lot of content on there. So guys, 3 keys to mastery, okay? You need to be modeling. You need to ask yourself, who am I modeling? Who am I taking advice from? Okay? Whether it's in building, whether it's in trading. I'm going to tell you guys who I model, okay? It's only like 1 to 2 people. So for when it comes to building the business, I model Austin Ghazi to a T. To a T. Like, he gets really rambunctious on his calls, and you probably – my energy is like crazy sometimes when I get on these calls, and that's kind of how he is. And I mimic him to a T. Like, I message him here and there on Facebook just as like, just on a personal level, but I also watch a lot of his YouTube videos. Whenever he does calls, I'm jumping on there, right? You have to ask yourself, who are you modeling? And I also take information from Jason Brown as well. Because if you guys have ever heard Jason Brown talk, he's absolutely phenomenal, okay? But everybody else that really gives me information, I'll write down, I'll take notes. But who I model are those two people, okay? When it comes to like the higher end people like Tony Robbins and, people like that, that's like a different story. That's like a different level. With what I'm doing, Austin has built a team of nearly 10,000 people. I think it's over 10,000 people now. He's chairman 100 for the second time. Yeah, I'm going to listen to him. Okay. And when it comes to trading, you guys have to figure that out for yourself. Why IML TV is so important. Okay. IML TV is so important. You have to be able to go on there and figure out which trader or traders you like the best. Okay. And you figure out who you like, what trading style works best for you, and you copy them. Okay. You mimic them. You do exactly what they do. For me, it's Christopher Derrick. Okay. I mimic and copy Christopher Derrick to a T because his trading style is just so simple. I don't want to complicate anything with indicators or things like that. That's just me personally. You guys have to figure out what works best for you. Model somebody. Who are you modeling? Who are you listening to? Who are you working with? Things like that, okay? Because who you become is what really your team's going to become. That's what it comes down to. You attract what you are, not what you want. You attract what you are. So if you're not consistent, you're going to attract inconsistent people, okay? It's just how it is. It's common sense, all right? Number 2, immersion, okay? You have to live, eat, breathe, sleep IML, period. If you ask me, for those of you who have been to my apartment, you know what my walls look like. You know what my apartment looks like. There's Chairman 10 stickers everywhere. Why? Reminders. Okay, you have to fully be able to immerse yourself in whatever you're doing. So this quote, it says, I believe in total immersion. If you want to be rich, you have to program your mind to be rich. You have to unlearn all the thoughts that were making you poor and replace them with new thoughts, rich thoughts. Okay, full total immersion in what you're doing. Okay, and then the last part of this is spaced repetition. When he first said this, I was like, oh, I don't know what this even means, but he's starting to kind of explain it. And spaced repetition is the ups and downs, okay? It's like, yes, I'm totally immersed in this, but it's spaced repetition. I can't just be following up all the time. I can't be doing calls all the time, okay? Yes, there is such a thing as burnout, okay? Like, I hate using that word because I used to not like to think that there was, because I was like, yeah, all in. But that's the thing, guys. You have to be able to go back and reflect on everything that you're doing. If you're just doing all these calls, but there's no momentum, right? Nobody's signing up. How effective are all those calls, right? If you're doing all these follow-ups, but nobody's signing up, how effective are those calls? Or are those, are what is what you're doing within those follow-ups? So you have to be able to go back and reflect on what you're doing and have that spaced repetition. Do your follow-ups, do your calls, practice the presentation, go into IML and study, okay, the material that's inside so that you can become better. It's really just about being consistent, because the greatest gift we've ever been given is the ability to form habits. Good or bad, we choose, right? And how do we do that? Through repetition, by being consistent, okay? That's how we create good habits. When you go to the gym, right, consistently, you're creating good habits for yourself, and the progress is going to show. Same thing with this. You have to be consistent with talking to new people, with following up with them within 24 hours. You have to have a list. You have to be organized. You have to be practicing. Okay, there's a lot of information, but guys, you will learn more as you plug in. Ask me questions. Like, I did not get out of a Boost inbox. It was really when I hit Plat 1000 and I kind of, journeyed far into, like, I got deeper into P1000. When I started to vacate and ask other people questions, right? Like top leaders, top chairman in the company. So I was like, okay, cool. Not saying that Abu doesn't know what he's talking about, because he does, but I needed to branch out and talk to new people, right? So I can get to new places. Abu only knows so much. I only know so much. But guys, when you're first starting off, come to me. Get in my inbox and ask me questions. I've been doing this for about 15 months. I can give you guys that perspective, okay, necessary to get to where you want to be. So spaced repetition, be able to, have the follow-ups, do the calls, do the presentation, but also go to the gym. You know, if you want to spend time with your family, go spend time with your family, but understand the difference of, cool, I'm taking a break versus I'm having some space repetition, meaning I'm going to go back and do what I need to do after I do this, because that's okay. You can live your life. There's other facets of your life that you can tap into, right? Okay, cool. So let me see here. 3 areas of your life to rise up. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this and just send it to you guys because there's about 5 minutes left. What was the last part that I want to say? Oh yeah, guys, really quickly. So I figured out all like the major teams that I personally have, and I've created group chats for you guys in your area. So there's like an LA area group chat, San Diego. We're about to have a Washington team. That's absolutely ridiculous. The DMV area, Arizona, London, Switzerland, and a couple other places right now. So guys, if you're in one of those group chats, or if you're not, message me and I'll, we'll start to build that for you. Okay. But I'm doing these launch calls for you guys because I'm looking to come out to your area within the next 30 to 60 days, because we're going to throw down events and we're going to bring massive momentum to your area. And not only that, but we're going to have leadership trainings, everything that Jason Brown gave me all on my phone that I've recorded. I'm going to be able to give to you guys. This stuff that he gave us is the reason why he's about to smash Chairman 500. That's $500,000 a month minimum. I want to be able to give this to you guys. This training that he gave us is literally the training that he does everywhere he goes when he travels. Okay, so I want to be able to give those training to you guys on a live in-person basis. And we're also going to do a Forex training as well. So guys, if you are serious, if you haven't talked to me already, if you are serious about building and you want us to come to your area, like I will get up and go to your area. If you have people confirmed to come out to an event, we're going to get on a call and game plan this out, and we're going to go over exactly what we're going to be doing while we're over there so you guys can gain massive, massive momentum. If you're in Arizona today and you're coming through to our place, please message me so I can get a head count, because we're going to do a Forex training thing. I'm trying to think. I have like 2 more things I need to say, but I'm like forgetting it. Oh, yeah, the last thing I know, I've sent this. Oh, this is it, and then I'll let you guys go. Okay, this thing is, okay, this is really, really good. Ask yourself this, okay? Ask yourself this. 3 questions, 3 different columns: experiences, growth, and contribution, okay? What experiences, and this is a really good question to ask your new people, just to kind of like get them in the right mindset of, yo, this is real, okay? I'm going to really start to test your thinking. What experiences do I want to have in my life? What experiences do you want to have in your life? Ask yourself. That's a real question, okay? For the next question is, for me to be the man or the woman who has all these experiences, how do I have to grow? How do you have to grow? That's a goal, guys. Growth is a goal. How do you want to grow in your life? Do you want to grow through music? Do you want to grow like if you're playing an instrument, do you want to grow like getting better at playing a certain instrument? Do you want to grow in the gym with your athleticism? Right? Do you want to grow as a dad? Like, I don't even know, right? Whatever your goals are, how do you want to grow as your one life on this planet? Okay. So that's question number 2. For me to be the man or woman who has all these experiences, how do I want, or how do I have to grow? Okay. How do I want to grow? And the last question is, to be that man or woman who has all these experiences, who has grown in such a way, how can I give back to the world? That's the contribution aspect. That's fulfillment, guys. So make sure you have that written down. I know this call was like kind of all over the place. It's less than a minute. I want to appreciate all of you guys for hopping on. DM me ASAP, like get in my inbox, ask me questions. The person that has asked the most questions gets the most answers. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great Saturday, and let's kick